Well, welcome everyone to the Friday Night Strike, the show where, I just kind of hang out with the YouTube chat and, whoever gets invited and we have a discussion. Sorry, I am late, dealing with a 98-year-old grandmother, dealing with family. I'm sure you understand. Family always takes time. You have to have a lot of patience. At least I'm finding that out. So, anyways, what's going on with you all? Or let's say the proper southern way. What's going on with y'all? There we go. Anyways, anyone wants to jump in, just shoot me an email, nightstrike1, that's NIGHTSTRYKE, the number 1 at gmail.com, and I will send you an invite. What else? I'm supposed to do something else. Should probably email people. That's probably what I need to do. So, it's been a long day. Let's just put it that way. Emails. Family is always important. You should know this, Kingpin. Oh, excuse me, Calavera said that. Kingpin knows family's important. Kingpin's good like that. So I see you guys out there. I'm right in the middle of typing an email out. So hold on. Who do I normally send it to? Let's see. Sent. Copy. Send it to the usual suspects. Here we go. Okay, some emails are sent out. If you've got an email, if you want to jump in, you should check your emails. Jason and David, Kingpin, you should check your emails. You got some. I don't know. Did I send NY Outcast one? I probably sent him one. And if I didn't, I'll just send another one. So, I'm awesome like that. Sent. Just forward it. Because here's Rob. There we go. All right, so everyone's been sent emails. Eventually, we'll get some people jumping in, and there we go. We got Jason. Jason here. What's going on, Jason? You're muted, dude. Unmute yourself.
Hey, man. How you doing this evening?
Just getting on. I'm late. Dealing with family. Dealing with life. You know how it is.
Oh yeah. Well, happy Friday, buddy.
That's the one upside. It's Friday, right? So yeah. What's going on with you? Anything interesting and new?
No. Our weather turned cold. Not very fun around here.
Cold weather? Say it ain't so.
Yeah, hell, it might snow tomorrow, they said.
Snow? What's that?
Yeah, we don't even have our tree leaves or flowers or nothing yet, man. We're a month behind. I guess spring's on hold for Corona.
Yeah, well, you know how it is. So, who we get out there on the YouTube side that I've missed? We got G23 out there. We got Calvis 32 Special. We've got Jason, you're pulling double duty. We got Kingpin pulling double duty. We've got who else? Cowboy Hillbilly is out there. Now, that reminds me, I need to send him an email because he's coming down to South Carolina tomorrow. I guess tonight, one of the two. And yeah, I guess he wants to experience some freedom. Oh, see, it's funny that I'm laughing at that, but it sounds so wrong sometimes. So, if the dial-in is working, so hold on that. Kingpin, how's it going, buddy? You're muted, by the way, so if you were saying anything, we can't hear you.
No, I was muted. Doing pretty good, man. Thanks for the invite. Hopefully, things are going well for you in your neck of the woods. Same with my buddy Jason.
Yep. Things are going all right. It's
Thanks,
just,
man.
You got to deal with family sometimes, and sometimes it takes longer than you thought it would take dealing with family. So that's what I ended up having to deal with today. So, hey, it happens. Life. So okay, that works. All right, so the call-in feature is working. So I had to test that before I sent any emails out because I didn't want to feel like a dunce telling people it's working when it's not. As system updates usually turn that program off and I have to reset it all the damn time.
So we can call in on the phone now?
You can if your internet on your phone isn't stable, you have the ability to use that number that's in the email. It says to join by phone instead. So
What kind of executive features are involved? Like, as far as being able to kick people out, like if somebody calls in that you didn't want to, or say you're doing 2 minutes per call, that way you can get more people in. Can you manually kick somebody out?
Yeah, when I kick somebody out that's called in, it basically just takes the phone up on them. So if say you're doing a show and you wanted to go and you wanted to call in, you wanted to have like everyone to call in, and you need to make sure you tell people that you're keeping every call to 2 minutes. Okay, fair warning, of course. And when their 2 minutes are up, you just go and you use the eject button on them, and it'll hang up the phone and get it ready for the next caller.
Is it safe to post that link in the chat? Not because of like the other reason why it's not safe, but say you're doing a show and I'm doing a show at the same time, and we're both using the chamber. If I put the link out there and people call it, will they get to my show or will they get to your show? Or like, how do you recommend people giving out the number?
Well, it doesn't matter on that point, because even if you see, there's 2 lines. Okay, so I've got 2 lines on this, and by the way, these 2 lines for this call-in feature cost $100 a month. Okay, so it's kind of expensive, unfortunately, but that's just the cost of doing business. But what it does is, if one line is being used on one Hangout, but the other line is not being used, what will happen is if somebody starts up another Hangout and they want someone to be able to call in, they'll be able to call in. Okay, it's strictly on use basis. And when you call in that number, you normally, when someone sends you an email saying, "Hey, you can call in by this number," it'll also give you the conference code that you have to type in order to join the conversation. Okay, so No, I don't like using the word hangout, but we'll call this we'll usually use the word conference. So say you're having a chat or conference, you want someone to be able to call in, you give them that number and also the additional numbers at the end of the link, and they'll be able to call in to your show specifically because they've got your show's conference number. All right? Because every conference or chamber meeting has its own conference number. I think of it as like an ID number, okay? Like you'd have on your driver's license or whatnot. If the phone doesn't have that ID number, they don't know it's you. So just calling the number, nobody will answer without the conference number. Okay?
Yeah, pretty good. Nice, good explanation.
I'm trying to make it easy to understand. So.
No, that was pretty bare bones, man. Straight to the point. Simple.
Yeah. So we got Ohio 45 ACPs out there. We got the Juice out there. Rob D, NY Outcast is out there. He's giving me crap for being late. That's okay. He can give me crap for being late. At least I don't live in New York, so I'm good. We got Billy the cab driver out there. Who else we got out there? Anybody new? Anybody interesting? We got more people out there. Justin Grimm's out there. D-Temp 62 is out there. Who else is out there? Scott P79 is out there. He has to ask the hard choices when buying guns that cost a lot of money. He's asking the hard choices out there.
Pancakes is here.
Pancakes is here. Oh my God, it's a party. It's a party. Pancakes out here. Aaron Mortenson's out here. Who else? Jay Monty has showed up. Hey Jay Monty, haven't seen you in a while. How you doing, buddy? 10-time shooters out there. Hello, 10-time shooter. How you doing? So what's going on, guys? Anything new? Anything interesting? Anything we need to be made aware of that's happening in your neck of the woods? Okay.
We're in like phase 2 of restrictions now. Next week, I think all our restrictions are done.
Yeah. I mean, right now they're getting back. Everybody's kind of getting back to work, but, the restaurants are still, carry out only. There's no dining yet. So, not everybody's back to work yet.
No, our restaurants are still down. They gotta clean everything, making sure everything's sterilized. About all our businesses do. But I can't wait. First place I'm going is getting a haircut.
Let's see. I couldn't wait that long, so I took the electric shears I've got out, and I just, trimmed the beard down from being, super freaking long to just, a moderate length. So
I tried a little bit on the top and the sides, but seriously, man, my hair's over a foot long right now. I was taking the very top of my hair, pulling it straight up, and I could pull it all the way down underneath my chin.
Drucifer's out there. Yeah. Speaking of Drucifer, I saw one of his images. I think he posted on Gizzard Gary's, one of Gizzard Gary's chats where he was showing off his ATI. Or was it? It might not have been Gizzard Gary's. It might have been somebody else's chat. But Drucifer was showing off one of his 1911s. So that was nice to see. Might have been Matt's. It was somebody's Discord. All I know, it was him. It's on Discord. He was showing off a 1911. It was pretty. I liked it. It was in Hondas. That's right. That's right. It's in Hondas. I'm in so many Discords. I can't keep them straight these days.
Did you see the little collectible Gizzard Gary put together in the 1911 toy or whatever it is?
Yeah. Yes. I have to mention this. I'm not trying to give him any publicity or anything, but did you see Paul Harrell's latest video?
What was the subject?
No, he released a new video today. You know, he finally hit 500,000 subscribers, but you know, but the image, the what you call it, the cover image for his video, somebody actually went and made a miniature Paul Harrell action figure with
Okay, yeah, I've seen that.
With an A2 AR-15 and a 1911, and oh my god, the action figure looks exactly like him. It's hilarious.
I saw that, and he was showing his different hunting jacket too.
He was
Did
showing
you
off
notice when he was standing there? He pulled that whole orange jug of soda out of his pocket and slid it back in, just like it was a little box of Remington or something.
Because what he's wearing is he's wearing one of those old school style hunting jackets where you in the back of the hunting jacket you have a space for like to put game or whatnot to take with you. That's what that back part is, you know. And I don't blame him at all for doing that, because that just made it even better, you know. He's just pulling out. He says this great value. I don't know whether it's really great value or not, but you know what? There's always Shasta.
Did you catch how he snuck in the middle finger on this one?
Oh yeah. Did you also catch it? He said, "Hey, we're not at the range today, so you know, so we don't have to worry about gunfire." Then some dude walks up right behind him and goes, and walks off.
Yeah, and he acted like he was talking and he wasn't because you couldn't hear.
Exactly. It was great. Because
I like Paul Harrell, man.
I mean,
he's pretty good.
It is hilarious when he tries to be funny, and he's normally not known for being, you know, the most hilarious guy. But I think he really did a good job with that video to make it funny. And the way he did it with all straight face, not laughing or anything, that was gold, man. That was gold.
Yeah, you're right. He did do a good job on this one.
Yeah.
He always did a good job.
You know, he was trying to be funny, but he was also trying to be the straight-laced guy that he normally is, and that even made it better. That made it better. So, you know.
I bet he has bloopers. I'd like to see one of his blooper reels.
I would too.
I'd like to see one where he shot the chronograph. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, so Scott P79 says we're supposed to get anywhere from an inch to a foot of snow tonight into tomorrow. Well, that's great. Scott, you're all the way up there in the Northeast, aren't you? So,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's a New Hampshire guy.
Yeah, he's one of New Hampshire.
Yeah, but still, snow should be over by now, no matter where you live.
So,
what happened to global warming?
G23 says he broke 100 subs last night. Awesome.
It's climate change, Jason. It's climate change.
Yeah.
Oh.
Calaveras, I know there's no humidity where you're at. I mean, it's California. Of course there's no humidity. It's all been sucked up by all the liberals and the leftists to where there's nothing left but just California.
There's a 10-day waiting period on humidity.
There is. But because of the COVID-19, it's now 30-day waiting period.
The humidity's homeless.
Billy the cab driver says, I'm in Manchester, New Hampshire. No snow here yet. Well, I'm glad you don't have any snow there yet, but apparently you're getting some soon.
Well, it's like the Penny Youngman or Penny Hill, whoever the old school one-liner guy was. He said, I went to the doctor. The doctor told me I had 2 weeks to live. I couldn't pay the bill. He said, you got 2 more weeks.
There you go. There you go. That's good. That's good. DTM62 says that's all right. We have plenty of humidity go around. Anyways, so it's actually been really nice here. So I don't know.
We've had like 2 nice days this entire year. We got like in the 60s one day, like maybe hit 70 on another day for a few hours. And that's the only warm weather we've had this whole 2020.
You know what it's been like here? It's been in the 70s all week. With 1 or 2 days being in the 80s. So it's been nice.
How did you end up in South Carolina as opposed to North Carolina? Did you have family, or did you plan it out that way?
I moved with family. It just because it was time for me to go to college, and the family moved from where we were living in Georgia to South Carolina, and I went to college here in South Carolina. So, Artisan Tony says humidity is relative. Well, it ain't no relative of mine, I'll tell you that. But
Drucifer want to know if we get a second sugar daddy check, if anybody's going to buy another gun with it.
Well,
I'd say haven't got the first check yet.
I haven't gotten one, so I'll tell you what. I'll let you know if I get one.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be getting one.
Well, you think your income's too high or something?
I owe, and I owe for several years, so there's no use even giving me one. You're just putting me in the hole ahead of time for next year.
Well, it's not. You should still get one even if you owe. But the issue is you had to have at least filed your taxes last year.
Oh yeah, I filed. I owe.
Yeah.
I owe for several years. I owe every year. I've owed every year almost my whole life.
That's messed up, man.
I think I got a tax return in like 1993, 1994. Since then, I've owed every year.
Just got an email. Apparently, Clover tried to make a TikTok account, and apparently he got flagged for violating their community guidelines. Oops.
Jesse B Outdoors did his first TikTok video, and it got flagged for I think a week, and then they finally released it.
Yeah.
So is TikTok anti-gun or something?
Aaron Morton says that Night Strike, you didn't get a Trump check because of the millions you made from GunTube Chamber. Yeah, no. Nope. I'll tell you right now, I lost money on GunTube this last year. So, nope. That's unfortunately not true. I did not make millions like I wanted to. I made less than that. Much, much less. So,
Rich White's here. He says TikTok is anti-freedom.
yeah, I don't want to read that second part. So, wow, Artisan Tony's even using the name. Aaron, I'm sarcastic about the whole Trump check thing in general. I mean, I know a lot of people have gotten it. I haven't gotten one. I've applied. I've done my taxes. But they say, hey, we need more information. I'm like, well, then call me up if you need more information. Ask. But does the IRS ever ask someone or call someone? No, they just send you a letter like 2 months later. Yeah.
I tell you what, if they do send me one, I'll spend it.
Yep, D1062. I will invest my $20 wisely that I've got right now. So that's about it. Rich White says TikTok is anti-gun. Yeah, we went over that. But Artist Tony is saying TikTok is for Zoomers. Wow, he's starting to use that now. Man,
TikTok has direct ties to the communist government in China. Don't use TikTok.
No. So.
I actually don't know what TikTok is. Is it just like another form of YouTube or something?
It's like another form of I would say it's like another form of Instagram where you can post short videos or something, more or less. And it's not as nice. It's I hate to use these terms because they're derogatory, but it's for a certain individuals called thoughts. And I don't want to go any further than that. Yeah, Juicefer says it's like Vine but dumber, and that's a good way to call it. I just don't. I'm not a fan of TikTok. So. Huh. Okay, I don't understand that meme. Scott, you're gonna have to explain the first one. I don't understand that first meme. I like this one better, but we're not gonna curse on here. But yeah, I also want to know how Ginsburg is still alive even after that. It boggles the mind. Yep. So.
She's still in the hospital?
I assume, but she's still alive. It's like you know how at the end of episode 3 in Star Wars they rebuilt Darth Vader after he got drenched in lava and lost some of his limbs. It's like they applied that same technology on Ruth Bader Ginsburg so she stays alive.
It's the $6 million woman.
I'm pretty sure they spent over that already.
You remember that TV show, $6 Million Man?
Yes. And then there was what was the other one? It was the Bionic Woman or something like that? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And,
she felt good enough and healthy enough to go to work to vote no against hearing any Second Amendment cases. And then it's funny, the next day she's off sick to the hospital. Yeah.
Juicefer says she's a robot. That hump on her back is the battery. Well, okay. I'm not going to say whether that's true or not, but I'm not going to argue on that. That's one theory. You're entitled to your own conspiracy theories. And welcome back, Kingpin.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I think she should step down. I know it's a job for life, but at some point, if you don't want to retire, your health issues, you know, it's got to be a deal. If you can't perform the job duties, then it's not your job.
I mean, I can see if it's like, say, you needed surgery because of this or that, but she keeps going into the hospital like every other week.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's been too
10
often.
years. 10 years she hasn't done much, you know, and it's like I said, if you can't perform your duties, then you need to step aside or something, take away her vote or something, vote without her.
Oh wow, I can't say that on air, Midnight Range. I'm trying to, keep this a somewhat family show, so I can't say that on air. But wow, that's one point in a storm you don't want to go after.
She should have been disbarred as soon as she said that she wasn't going to retire as long as Donald Trump is president.
Yeah,
and then every single time she said something negative about Donald Trump.
Yeah, she should have.
And that's not me, protecting. Oh, you can't talk bad about Trump. It's, she's an impartial Supreme Court justice, which she clearly is not impartial.
Oh my God, Heavy B's alive. Heavy B is alive. How did that happen? Oh, I got to show this one. This one I can show. Does everyone see that? Yeah, let's see if it works. Does everyone see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. The truth comes out. The truth comes out. I knew it. I knew it.
It's a suicide bug.
It's a suicide. It's a murder hornet. A suicide hornet. Man. Now I know why they needed the magnifying glass.
Come on now, you mean it happens every single day? A hornet murders itself by shooting itself in the back of the head 3 times.
That's a gang-related murder. It was a hold-up, even though there was still money in its wallet and it still had all its credit cards.
It was decapitated by natural causes.
Exactly.
Climate change caused its head to fall off.
Yeah.
Our pets' heads are falling off.
It was a drowning.
Oh boy. It's a drowning, huh?
The ocean's level rised 1/16 of an inch.
Except for around Barack Obama's new oceanfront property.
Oh, good. Apparently,
I heard
Q23 just sent me an email saying that one of the representatives, one of the Democrats from Nevada, Titus or whatever, asked for taxpayer money that would go to gun control groups like Everytown, because they want to make organizations like 501c4s and 501c6 organizations eligible for taxpayer-funded bailouts. So, as if Bloomberg's Everytown didn't have enough money.
I say any organization that actively goal is to remove our rights should be labeled as a terrorist organization.
It should.
Yeah, I agree.
So, Kingpin, did you get a bailout? Did you get a stimulus check?
Yeah, I'm not really too sure. I don't have direct deposit or a bank account. It's like that. So I haven't been to the place that I get my mail at for a little while.
Yeah. So you haven't gotten anything. So there you go. I didn't get anything. You know, I haven't not gotten any checks. So yeah, I know how Ehon is feeling, or how he was feeling until he started getting all those super chat monies. So. But yeah, I didn't. So we'll see what happens there. You know, I'll be lucky if I get any sort of check or even a denial by June. It's probably when I'll get it, because it usually takes them 3 weeks to file taxes if you do it online. So
the way I understand the Trump checks is everybody's going to get one. Whether the only people that I believe that are in possible trouble of not getting one are people who they're actively going after for tax evasion. Not like Jason had mentioned that he was behind on a few years' taxes. I don't think they're going to count that in. Now, if they were,
no, he's supposed to get one aside from what. It doesn't matter what he owes. He's supposed to get one regardless.
Yeah, unless you're like actively in the middle of litigation or something where they've been, putting warrants out for you and stuff like that. But the way I understand it is everyone's supposed to get some Trump bucks.
Right. Jason obviously is
like
still
too, but
is still he's obviously still free, so they haven't cornered him yet.
No, but I always do mine by the mail. I don't do it online. So I did hear that everybody that they don't have their bank account, it's going to take a while for the check to come in the mail, like a long time. But I also heard, I know some people that their ex-old man and stuff was behind on child support. I heard child support took that check.
Good. It should.
Yeah, I know a girl that hasn't seen money in years, and all of a sudden she's got that money on her account, but there's a weight on it, and she called child support about it, and they told her they took his taxes.
Good. They should. That's how the system is supposed to work.
Or not his taxes, but you know what I mean, his tax check.
Rob, I know you're trying to jump in here. If that's not working, use the call-in feature. It works. So Heavy B got a Glock G48 today. Is that a Glock, or is that a different gun?
When I just looked it up, the first results all came up for Glock, so I'm gonna assume it's a Glock.
Yeah. Yep. So, it's good that some of that money that needs to go to people is getting to people, but others not so much. So. Yep. It's an advance payment on a refundable tax credit for the 2020 tax return. It'll be treated just as like a tax refund. Yeah. If you get it. The defense dad is out there jumping in. Hey, defense dad. So
the way my luck is, I'll probably never see a check, but yet they'll say that they sent me a check, and now I'll owe them another $1,200 plus interest.
They'll probably just credit your account, is what they'll do.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. That's what I thought. If they I'll send the check back to you. You just take it off the bill. That'd be good with me.
Apparently, Heavy B bought it from his local brick and mortar. Heavy B, which one is that? Which one is your local brick and mortar? Is that the Cabela's or the Bass Pro? Out in Mesa. Is that your local, or did you get it from mom and pop or like a pawn shop? Which one? I know of the gun shops in that area. It's not like I don't know that area. I'm from that area.
He's from Arizona, right?
Heavy B's he lives in Mesa, I think. So, or yeah, that's where he is. And I'm from Mesa. My birth certificate says Mesa, Arizona. So, just FYI.
You're a Zonian?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know that one. That's a good one. Uh-oh. Buck's out there. Gun Loving Grandpa's out there. Justin Gribb is out there, too. Yep. Rob, you good? Unmute yourself, Rob. You're muted, buddy. Press that unmute button. No. Connectivity problems. So, there. Uh-oh. Defense Dad got a stimulus and he sold his house, so he got a few toys. Uh-oh. Watch out. Watch out. Yeah, Rich White has this really, really awesome general store that he goes to. But, Rich, I heard there was an even better gun shop out there that does barbecue, too.
My gun dealer tonight did me a nice solid. He let me buy 3 boxes of shells or ammo instead of just 2 that all the customers got to live by. He let me have a 3rd one. Said, don't tell nobody. So don't tell nobody.
Yeah. So, well, hey, that's good. That's good. What else? G23 says, I don't have a birth certificate. Why don't you, G23? All Americans are supposed to have one. Were you born before that? They did that? Yeah, I heard how hot it was out there today. I'm happy I have, it's in the 70s here. So. All right. Well, it looks like Gun Loving Grandpa got where is this miracle, Gus? Gun shop? I don't know. It's somewhere in West Virginia. There's a West Virginia gun shop that does barbecue. They've got like a barbecue diner, and they do guns. And I think they got a range there too. I don't know. I think it's in West Virginia. It's different than the one Rich goes to. I think it's Bear Arms.
Is it called Shiners?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I've never been there. But my brother came across it on the internet the other day. He's like, we have to go there. And I'm like, I really don't feel like driving up to West Virginia. Our grandfather and his family left West Virginia for a reason. Probably still have family up there, but I don't really want to go there. And he's like, yeah, but it's barbecue and guns. I'm like, I like both those things. It's hard to say no.
Just don't get your grubby barbecue fingers all over a nice gun.
I wouldn't do that. That's what alcohol wipes are invented for. I've got tons of that. So, Yeah. Yeah, maybe it's just too far, even for me. So. Yeah, Defense Dad says we have one with free ice cream, and they occasionally have a basket of free bacon they grill up. Ooh, ooh, that's also hard not to go with. So who's this wireless caller?
Is it Rob?
Rob, is that you? Maybe I should turn this off. There we go. Rob, is that you? Oh. Apparently, Scott P79 is waiting for UPS to deliver his SIG MSR red dot from PSA. He's getting annoyed. Well, that's UPS. They do that to you. And caller, we cannot hear you, so you're gonna have to log out and do it again, because apparently it's a little buggy. So. All right. Juicefer says, Justin Grimm, I'm just waiting on my youngest to be 18, and we are out of here. Where is Juicefer? Is he in the bad state of... Oh, he's in Ohio. Okay. All right, Juicefer. Yeah. Arizona, I would say Arizona or Texas. Preferably Texas. Yeah, no, Rob did not break the channel and give it Rona. Nope. So, what else? Gun Lover Grandpa says barbecue sauce on your hands makes better for a grip on your gun. Yeah, I don't think so. Rob D and Layoutcast saying, you're not going to believe it, but I got a check from some guy named JS today, and they let me cash it. Is that true, Jason?
There's a lot of JSs out there, man. It wouldn't have been a check for me, or you could have been playing racquetball with it.
I know how that feels. Yeah. I understand why you're saying that, Jason, because it'll bounce everywhere, right?
Oh, yeah. Might bounce back and hit you in the eye or something.
Right. You know, you gotta watch out for those assault checks. So. Rob D says, it's not me calling. So. Somebody else was trying. Whoever tried to call in, try it again. It'll work. It's just sometimes it doesn't always work on the first try. I don't know why.
Please call back later.
Right. All right. It's like that Biden's live stream. No, we're not that bad. We're actually much better than that. FedEx isn't any better. Package stayed at the same hub for 4 days. Yeah, I've had that too. Tony is saying all delivery services suck at the moment. I've had 2 packages delivered to the wrong address this month. Yeah, yep. People aren't paying attention.
I like how it says will be delivered sometime before the end of the day.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the end of the day comes around, it's like, so where is it?
Yeah, or they show up at like 7:30 at night.
Right. Well, I've had it where they said they'll deliver it by 5, then they show up at like 7 or 8:30 and drop it off and leave. I've had that happen.
I'd have to say the U.S. mail, the regular mail. I've been ordering a few stuff lately, and they've been on it, man. Their stuff's been coming fast
because they want to work. They want to make that cash. But the people working for the other places, they don't care because I guess they just feel like they're the cog in a soulless corporation. I don't blame them. It just happens. Douchebag says my woman ordered 4 patio chairs and got to wire shelf things instead. Got 2 wire shelf things instead. Yeah. Yep. Well, both FedEx and UPS have like a smart post or whatever where basically UPS and FedEx will deliver it to like the main hub of which they drop it off to the postal office. So say I got a package from a company that's sending me a gun part, okay? They send it to Charleston instead of my local town, and then they drop it off with the local post office in Charleston, and then the Charleston post office routes it through to where I live. And that'll take another day or 2. That's how it goes. That's that whole smart post thing where, they work with the local postal service. And it to me, it's kind of BS, but that's just how it goes.
Rich says he got a Nazi watch, and it didn't take long at all to mail to him.
He says the Germans don't play with shipping. No, they don't. Are you sure that's a Nazi thing, and that's not an East German thing?
Oh, well. Is what it is. German's German.
Could be a Stasi thing. Because they have ways of making you talk.
No matter what time it is.
Exactly. All right. What else? My guest is saying a lady cleaning her car out on the street today, so I thought I'd be nice and stuff it all in her mailbox, coffee and all. Artist Tony says that Rich White don't order from Russians. Laugh out loud. It took a month to get a roll crimper. Wow. Yeah. They sent it from the other side of Siberia, so it takes time. Billy Cab Driver says, my fellow cabbies haven't gotten sick yet, and they pick up sick people from the local hospitals and nursing home workers every day and night. Kind of makes you wonder. Yeah, I know. Why are those people still going out? Defense Dad says, my German toy took 3 weeks to arrive, so they aren't all fast. No, they're not. No. Before everybody hated China and whatnot, and, we're getting stuff from China, I ordered something, and it was a computer part. I thought it was in the United States. Ended up it was from somebody in China. So, once that gets here, if it does get here, I'm gonna have to get some Lysol out and whatever alcohol wipes and wipe that thing down once I get it. So. All right, so what's there saying? Rich White says some people don't know this, but DHL is a branch of the German Postal Service. The MEB channel at the juice. That video was definitely a deciding factor in my desire for Shasta. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. I don't like Shasta that much. Well, no, I won't say that. I like Shasta. It's good. But again, I also like Coca-Cola and RC Cola, and I love a lot of other soda brands just in general because, well, I'm a fat bastard. So.
When was the last time a soda company came out with something new? Like the last one I can really distinctly remember was when Pepsi did the clear.
It was later than that.
No, that's the only one I can remember. Like, has a company come along and put a new product out or made a big change like in the last whenever?
Well, I don't know if you remember this. This was like late 90s, early 2000s. But Coca-Cola, Mellow Yellow sales weren't doing really great. So Coca-Cola came out with something with a Mountain Dew alternative that I think if they should have stayed with, but they didn't. It was Surge. You remember Surge?
Yeah.
It's awful syrup.
Sir, I love Surge. I was never a fan of Mellow Yellow too much. I mean, I drank it, but it was not my favorite drink. I liked Surge more than I liked Mountain Dew. And then they said, "Oh, Surge didn't do well in these areas," which they still sell Surge over in Norway because it's a staple over there. And we don't get Surge anymore. And then they tried to replace it with that awful Volt. You remember Volt, right?
Yeah, Volt.
I didn't like Volt because they were trying to say, "Oh, drink Volt. It's basically an energy drink." And I'm like, yeah, it's just like mellow. It just tasted like Mellow Yellow, and they added some like vitamins, some like a minute amount of vitamins to it to make it an energy drink. And I'm doing that with the air quotes there. So, Scott P79 says Surge is back. Yeah, I mean, you can order it on Amazon, but I don't know if that's new production or if that's old production, because I know they started making it for a little while a couple years ago, and then they stopped because they were making it, quantities for Amazon. I don't know if that's new production or if that's old production. So if I bought any off of Amazon, I want it to be new. Where did you buy it from? Did you buy it from a store? Or did you buy it from? Rob D, you stop it with your communistic soda isn't good for you, views. You're starting to sound like a certain New York mayor that bans big gulps. It tells you what size of drink you can have.
Yeah, that sounds like a New York thing there. Soda isn't good for you.
You don't need 64 ounces. You only need 8. Uh-oh. Budget's here. Watch out.
I snuck in.
He snuck in. But you get done editing videos again?
No, actually, I just got back from the gun shop where I signed an agreement to become one of their concealed carry instructors. And other stuff as I get more certs.
Amazing.
Very nice.
Amazing.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Amazing. They will take anybody these days. I tell you.
I know, right?
Yeah, congrats on that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Good for you, Budget. Good for you. But, I have to make the joke. I had to. It's just like, it's right there.
I know. You saw the shot. There was no danger, so you took it.
But,
I was going to ask you if your name was now High Point McFluffy Nuts or whatever the hell John Patton was talking about.
No, it's actually Night Strike AK Master Mount.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Budget, I don't remember if you put it in the video. Did you get a final weight and measurement on the turkey?
I did not weigh him. But by the time I thought about it, I already had him cut up.
You
just
gonna,
make cold cuts.
is that planned for the dinner table soon, or is that something you're gonna put off like in the freezer or something?
I have one breast in the freezer and one in my belly. Well, it's actually in the sewage system by now, but you know what I mean.
Oh, so you did get a chance to eat some of it. How did it turn out?
Yeah, it was good.
Awesome, man. That's really
Tasted
cool.
like turkey, but more so, if you understand what I mean.
So
Yeah. It's
Stronger
like
than domestic turkey, but not bad. It was still turkey.
yeah, it does.
It up with some garlic and some butter.
Oh, ooh. Rich
Little bit
said
of seasoned
Rob
salt.
D is sounding like his last name should be Bloomberg. Oh man, ouch, ouch.
Now, see, this is what I get for not having my other computer on yet, paying attention to the chat. People are talking smack.
No, Bloomberg is the soda banner. Yeah. He's deciding he wants to jump in now. Uh-huh. All right. So. That is, what is that? There we go.
You gonna do a show tonight, Budget?
You betcha I am.
Yeah, so we're quarking you right now, right?
No, I do my show at 11:30.
Night Strike can't tell time.
I can't tell time.
11:30 p.m. Eastern, of course.
Oh, Eastern, right. But you know, Heavy, check your email. Oh, G-Webs is out there. Oh man, if G-Webs is out there, yes, G-Webs is like. There, he gets one too. Wants to jump in, he can. If he doesn't, he doesn't have to. There we go. Oh, check this smoking deal from Gunbuyer. Federal 5.56 green tip, 820 rounds per can, $379.99. A smoking deal, isn't it?
Hey, Budget.
Yes.
I don't know if this is proper etiquette or not. So if I'm stepping out of my line, then feel free to let me know. But do you get to keep that shotgun, or do you have to send it back, or do you have to pay like the I think, was it Winchester that sent you the shotgun? Mossberg.
I have the option to buy.
Okay, cool. Pretty sweet little shooter. Did you enjoy it?
Yes, I did. I'm going to be doing a full review of it in the near future. I'm going to get all the videos out of it I can before it comes time for me to decide to send it back or buy it.
Which one is it?
Mossberg 500 deer turkey combo.
Are they asking full market price for it, like MSRP, or
No, they have an industry
discount.
price.
So.
Nope, they have an industry discount.
are you leaning toward picking it up, or?
I'm leaning that way, but it's going to depend on how well I like it once I put the slug barrel on it and run some slugs through it and see how that goes. Plus, I want to put a couple different chokes in it and shoot some clays too. See how it does it in that role as well. But that's all going to be in the review video I do of it. But because I'm not quite at that point yet. I've got a bunch of Winchester target loads that I bought a while back from somebody or got in a trade deal or something. So I'm going to run those through it, shooting clays. And then I've got to get hold of some non-rifled slugs because it's a rifled slug barrel. So I'm going to try and get hold of some Sabo slugs and stuff just to see how accurate it is out at 100 yards or whatnot. I mean, I don't want to shoot a shotgun much much longer than that, you know.
Could you put buckshot in it?
I guess I could run buckshot through the field barrel. Yeah, I mean the cylinder barrel. Certainly not the slug barrel, obviously, because it's rifled.
Right.
I mean, I guess you could, but it would suck.
You could, but it wouldn't. There'd be no benefits.
Yeah.
Yeah. I understand that part easy, you know, but you know, there's no point. Just do it through the smooth bore. But yeah, hey, interesting.
And the same kind of deal with the charger that Ruger sent me. You know, keep it for X amount of days, then I have the option to send it back or buy it.
Oh.
Which that is looking like it's going to be a really sweet gun, and I would know by now. Yeah, I got the ammo without the return clause, G-Webs. Absolutely. I mean, I'll send them back the empty shotgun shells. But, you know. But, yeah, I was going to go out to the range yesterday. Matter of fact, I was at the range setting everything up yesterday to start shooting that charger. And normally I would turn my phone off so that I'm not distracted by a phone ringing during trying to shoot a video, right? Well, luckily I didn't, because it was work. And they hey, what's up? And they're like, where are you supposed to be right now? And I says, well, as far as I know, I'm supposed to be right here where I'm at on the range fixing to shoot a video. Why? No, you're supposed to be here today. Oops. I looked at the wrong schedule. On the next schedule, I'm off on a Thursday, not this one. So, oops. I was actually off today instead. And today the weather sucked. So I wasn't going out and shooting.
Yeah, that's how it usually goes.
I stayed at home and mounted that turkey's fan and spurs and beard on a board. And it's pretty freaking cool.
Yeah.
I'll have to take it out tomorrow before I go to work and take a pic or two of it, put it up on Instagram. Looks pretty sweet.
Now, are you only allowed to get one Tom? Well, that's all you can get, but you only allowed to get one turkey in Ohio? Or
spring turkey season, you can buy 2 tags. So far, I've just done one. I don't know if I'm going to have time to go out and do another one before turkey season ends, which is on the 17th. But then there's fall turkey season as well. So I'm not sure if you can, how many you can. I mean, I could tell you here in a minute. Let me look it up.
Okay. Yep. G-Webs and Heavy both got emails, so they should check those out. So, Tony says all the turkey came to our rifle club during season, so they don't get shot.
Yeah, I know where there's a couple fields here near Sunbury, Ohio, that's just loaded with turkey. I mean, there's 200 of them in each field, but it's not an area you can hunt. There's too many houses right next door.
Yeah. Yes, G23, you got one too. Yeah, that's my problem. I got tons of turkeys in my backyard, and I mean wild turkey. The problem is that part of the backyard is city. I can't get away with shooting them.
Oh, well, I can't look it up because the ODNR website's down. What the hell?
There you go.
I can't remember. It's either 1 or 2 in the fall season as well.
Yeah. Billy the Cab Driver says, I get my hunting and fishing license for free now. One of the benefits of turning 62. What state are you in, man?
I know during spring turkey season in Ohio, you can shoot either a tom or a bearded hen. And I think in fall you can shoot either one.
Where's the best place to aim on a turkey?
Best place to aim? Well,
Yeah.
you want to shoot them in the head. So
Because you're not going to use the head, right?
yeah, and well, no, the pellets have a hard time getting through all the feathers because there's a lot of feathers there, and then the meat and whatnot. So it has a hard time getting into to get to something vital. The small pellets do. So the best place to aim is the head. That, and you don't, you're not picking buckshots out your teeth. Not picking pellets out of your teeth. So aim for the head. Pay attention to Thanos, man.
Okay, Billy the cab driver says he's New Hampshire. So, all right.
Is there anything that makes sense about only being able to harvest the male turkeys? I understand that the females for population control and all that kind of stuff, but do the rules make any sense in the turkey hunting world?
Yeah, I mean, right now they're breeding. You want to make sure you got the next crop of little turkeys going to be born this year, so you only shoot the males right now. Later on in the fall, it's not so critical because the next crop of little turklets are already out there and learning, growing up and able to take care of themselves, so you can pop them.
And the females are generally in kind of like the same thing with deer or anything else. When that time of year comes around, they know there's going to be a bunch of male, so they're a little bit hesitant about the males. That's why it's not as easy to call them and stuff like that.
Sorry, I'm trying to eat wings here.
That's my
What was your question?
Oh, I was okay. I guess I could wrap it up and just saying it's pretty good to hear that there's rules that make sense. Like the rules actually were thought out and actually help the animal and industry.
Yeah, that makes sense. Really, all of them do. At some point, I'm sure somewhere there's a hunting regulation that's absolutely senseless, but generally speaking, if you look at it from a conservation standpoint, in other words, making sure that, next year there's going to be game left, that future generations will be able to enjoy the sport and enjoy the wild and enjoy nature. It all makes sense. That's generally speaking the purpose behind it.
Yeah, as far I'm not a hunter, but as far as my experience goes, talking to hunters and reading up on that stuff, they all do make sense. You always hear a long time ago, well, at least I did, that all the big game hunters are the ones that fund all these natural resource parks and endangered species. And you think, well, how is it possible for the saber-toothed tiger that you just shot and stuck his head on the wall, you're conserving that? Well, without those big game hunters, all this stuff would probably be dead already.
Well, and I was about to bring that point up because when you're talking about wildlife conservation and hunting regulations and hunting licensing and tag fees and all that money goes towards conservation programs in the Department of Natural Resources for whatever state you're in, or at the federal level, the federal stuff. That things like breeding programs for pheasants. Every year, the Ohio Department of Natural Resources breeds up pheasant chicks and releases them into the wild. They announce it and you can go hunt and whatever, but still some escape and don't get shot, and they go on to continue raising the population. It's all about managing the herds and the flocks and making sure that they're culling out, really, in a pure Darwinian sense, hunters cull out the stupid ones, or the old ones that are past their prime that have already had tons of opportunities to breed and pass on their genetics and whatnot.
You ever heard of Ohio Power budget?
Oh yeah,
it's in
I've
southern
been down
Ohio.
there in the AEP lands. Yeah, the recreation.
Yeah, it used to be AEP. But, back in the 90s, they took a whole bunch of land away and made it for, you know, the wildlife population. We couldn't hunt there. We couldn't fish there.
It's a
Off
turkey
limits.
preserve.
You know, when your permit, you're allowed anywhere on Ohio Power. Well, the government came in and took thousands and thousands of acres for wild turkey. And then after just a few years, they had too much of a turkey population and nobody was hunting them down there. So their way to solve it is they brought in truckloads of rattlesnake and let them loose down there to eat the turkey eggs.
Yeah, I heard about that.
So the rattlesnakes will overpopulate. Great. Just what you need.
Yeah, I used to love that place. I grew up down there and I got family there. And through half my life, I'd go down there every weekend. Believe it or not, the Chinese own it now. And they have it fixed up really nice for the campers and just being there. When AEP just didn't do anything with it for years, the Chinese have really fixed it up.
Well, that goes. That's another pretty good example of government versus private industry. You know, if you're talking about wildlife conservation, you let the private industry, like Budget was talking about, the actual people out there interested in the sport or you know, putting food on the dinner table and all that kind of stuff. You know, loggers plant trees, all kinds of stuff. When you allow the private industry to take care of what it needs, then they will. You know, all these animals and all this stuff usually is tied with their paycheck. So they're going to want to conserve it so they've got something to go to next year. You put government involved and then you get all kinds of messed up.
Right. And out there in the chat, Rich White is saying, who knew the distillers of wild turkey needed so much land? Yeah. Budget, Heavy, turn off your camera, dude.
My camera's on?
Not you, Budget, but Heavy B. He's having problems. He's having connectivity issues.
Camera is on.
Yeah, it says your camera's on, so. Anyways. I don't know what's going on with his end. So.
You might want to just go ahead and cycle through, like turn your camera off and on, and then turn your microphone off and on.
Great. Now I can't find the freaking camera button.
One of the downsides to the chamber is it lags a little bit. Like once you're coming through the link, and then you finally get in, it usually works out pretty smooth. But there's a little bit of a choppy spot just getting in sometimes.
Yeah. And if it doesn't work, well, you can always use the call-in feature. That works sometimes.
So are you planning on going out for more hunting, Budget, or are you satisfied with the one that you picked up?
Well, it's going to depend on what I have time to do. I don't know that I'm going to have time to go out anymore during spring season.
Ohio 45 ACP says in Indiana they wanted to release mountain lions in the parks to control the deer population instead of hunting, except they forgot about the Boy Scout camp next door to the park.
Huh.
Ooh, yeah. Well, apparently those mountain lions went after the Boy Scouts first because they were easy targets.
Yeah, that's what Herbert said.
They couldn't just build a fence around the Boy Scout camp, right?
Just shoot the deer.
No kidding. Artist and Tony, you use the same software too. Don't give me that. It's not Chinese. So. Oh wow, Scott, you be nice. All right. So it's 7:43. We've been live for a long while. I think it's time to pack everything up and get the hell out of Dodge. So with that, Jason, give us your outro.
Oh, well, thanks for the invite. It's good to see you. Good to see everybody, and everybody have a good week. Happy Mother's Day.
Yep. Happy Mother's Day. So, Kingpin.
Thanks for having me. Good to talk to everybody. Be cool. Have a nice night. Enjoy the weekend.
All right. Yep, you too. Budget.
Hey, thanks for the invitation. Sorry to show up late.
That's fine.
You know,
I didn't expect you to show up anyway, so I guess it worked out.
Cool. Well, I'm glad to be here when I can, man. Just as I said, I was a little bit busy today. So now I'm going to go and finish eating my wings and then set up my show tonight, 11:30 p.m. Eastern, The Right of the People, where we use the first to defend the second. Got a lot of cool stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
Guys are all welcome to come hang out and be part of the discussion.
I send invites out, and I don't expect anybody to go and click on them.
Yeah, me neither.
So with that, guys, we'll see you later. Heavy B, untick the microphone button and say goodbye. If you know how to do that. It should be on the left side of the red hang up button on screen. Say goodbye, Heavy. Goodbye, Heavy. All right. We'll see you guys later. Take it easy.
What, you guys closed down already?
We're closing up. Say goodbye.
Bye, all.
All right, guys.
Bye, everybody. I got here for like 3 seconds.
Yes, you finally got it working. So, all right. We'll see you guys later. Check out GunTube.org. Check out Budget's show tonight. And we'll probably do this again next week. So with that, shall not be infringed.